might serenade y'all a little bit. This is my song right here. Tell me what's wrong with you now. Tell me why I never seem to make you happy, though heaven knows I try. What does it take to please you? Tell me just how I can satisfy
this some bullshit,
you, woman. You're driving me wild. Break up to make up, that's all we do. First you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. Break
You ready to start this shit, baby?
to make up.
Let's go, goddamn.
Let's go. Good evening, Facebookers, YouTubers, Instagrammers. You're listening to the Intimacy Chronicles live broadcast. I am your host, Queen Jackie. To my left, who had the loud ass goddamn music on his phone.
What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy, Dr. Love. What's happening?
And over to the far left, the man in charge. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, I know my goddamn name.
I'm just saying shit.
My name is Krispy Kreme today, goddamn it. Fuck a Dunkin' Donut. Bringing that shit in here. I'm gonna eat these
Enticing
motherfucking
folk,
Dunkin'
right?
Donuts.
All right. So tonight's show, we're going to talk about breakups, but more, I guess importantly, can you maintain a friendship after a breakup? So I had a question. I put a poll question in the Intimacy Chronicles group on Facebook. If you're not already a member, please join. The majority of the people said it depends on the breakup. Now, for me, I've never had a bad breakup. So I can be friends after a breakup. I don't do mess. You know what I mean? So I've never had a bad breakup. It's like, it's not working. Why are we wasting time? But I think if you have, I think it depends. Like a lot of people say, it depends on the breakup, because some breakups are terrible.
You damn right.
So, can you be friends after a breakup?
It depends on the breakup. I mean, I've had some messed up breakups where, you know, we ain't friends no more.
And if you don't mind me asking, why? What was, just throw it out there. Give me one reason why you broke up.
Mississippi.
Oh, yeah.
She cheated on me with 3 dudes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know they say out of
She had a threesome or just 3
That's
different
what
guys?
yeah.
3 different dudes.
Okay.
Okay, you know you got
One was living in the house.
Wait. Question. I'm raising my hand.
Jackie.
Are you saying that, you know, one was living in the house while the two of you were together?
Yeah.
Hold up. I think I just got confused. How is that possible? Are you saying that you work maybe night shift and the other motherfucker?
You gotta understand. I'm in Maryland. She's in Mississippi.
Okay.
Out of sight, out of mind. She knows that I'm not going to.
Well, you're not just going to pop up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there was, when it got kind of strange, because it was like when I would want to talk to her, the conversation would be very slim, distance a little bit. And when I would try to call her at a certain time of the night, she's not answering. Mm-hmm. And I had to find out from her daughter that this is what was going on. So there's a dude living there. There was another guy who, you know how the Africans need to stay in the country, so they paid $5,000.
So she that's all she got paid.
So she got paid $5,000, probably a little more than that, but from what I heard, about $5,000 to marry the guy, so the African can stay in the state.
So he had to live with
man
her.
number 2.
All of this under the same roof?
Huh?
All of this under the same roof?
No, there wasn't. One was living there.
The African?
No.
Okay.
The ex-boyfriend.
Okay.
Was living there. The African, they were still married, but he left. He didn't want to mess with her no more. But they were still married.
So did she forfeit the $5,000?
No, she took the $5,000. He was able,
well, he was still able to get his
saying?
papers, right?
But what happened is that he wound up leaving to go to like the Tennessee or something like that.
Okay.
And I don't think never came back or didn't want to come back. And then a third guy was somebody who she met in like the supermarket or whatever, and they exchanged numbers. And while the boyfriend was, I guess, at work, this dude came over, and
he was the maintenance man
or whatever. So when I found all of this out, I'm like, nah, man, nah.
Yeah, that's a whole lot going on.
You only like a lot of people don't want to do long distance relationships because of things like that, where they thinking, okay, well, you know, what is this person doing while I'm not in the States? You know what I'm saying?
But I think those relationships, first of all, everybody isn't capable of pulling off the long distance relationships. I think it comes down to maturity. And your commitment to that person, because we had Adrian on here and she's been in a successful long distance relationship for 4 years. I think it depends on the parties involved.
Right.
If you're a person, maybe, and I can't speak for her, but maybe she was thinking, okay, for long distance, and she was committed to making it work, but maybe loneliness crept in, or maybe that was her plan all along. I don't know. But I think that when you enter into those type of relationships, shouldn't there be some serious talking going on regarding that?
Should be, and I thought it was. But at the same token, you know, it's like when it's supposed to be two people on the same page, but then when you got one person on the page of going in one direction and the other person is stagnated, then that creates a problem because you find yourself constantly looking back like, come on, catch up. Come on now, catch up now. Come on. And then you find yourself slowing down for them to catch up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like I didn't want to break up with her, but I think that was like the last straw. Especially when I heard the conversation that she didn't even know that I was on the phone.
With the daughter.
With the daughter.
Yeah.
So that was just like the last.
You was on some setup shit.
It was like the last straw.
Like obvious, you know the daughter
but
loved
my
him.
goal was to come back to Maryland to try to get everything
organized.
with my credit organized and stuff like that, so we can establish in house. Okay. She didn't want to live in Mississippi no more. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to do everything I can to try to get everything established for her and her two daughters to come here.
Okay.
But when you're just the only one doing everything and the other person is not grinding like you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, no.
Well, she was grinding. She just wasn't grinding with you. I mean, you walked into that, man. You slipping over there, goddammit. So during this time frame, right, he all late to the party.
I'll tell you.
Okay, don't give him no more donuts.
What is going
I'm just
on,
saying.
Man?
He must be over there phone boning.
No, I was sharing the show, actually.
So let me ask you a question because, okay, you were here. So at no point during that time did you slip off. You didn't see anybody else while you were in that long distance relationship.
No.
At all.
At all. When we
now,
broke up.
Sometimes, let me just
when
say.
We broke up, when we broke up.
We broke up.
We broke up, and that's when I went.
Pork, freaking.
Chops and ham.
Okay. It's funny because I'm asking you this, not that I'm throwing shade, but I've known you for quite some time, and I sometimes know that things aren't always as you present. So that's why I asked the question.
No, what the situation was that I was really into this woman.
Okay.
Where if I was more established, you understand what I'm saying? I would have more say put a ring on it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Completely, when I say that I was into her, I had completely figured out the whole budget of what it was going to take for her to move up.
So
that's including transportation
vested.
Of transporting the car up, the U-Haul.
Wow.
I did everything down to the last penny.
Okay.
So now I'm saying to myself, okay, let me go ahead and, even though we had a little situation that made me come back to Maryland, but once we talked, that was the common goal.
Okay,
I can work better in my own state that I'm familiar with. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And that was the goal, to try to establish this house. Mm-hmm. I already knew that we would need like maybe a 4-bedroom house. Mm-hmm. So now I'm starting to look for houses now. I'm starting to try to see how I can repair my credit and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was on the right path of what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. But then to find out that this was going on, I'm like, come on now. Like,
them hoes ain't loyal.
Oh, God.
You real funny. But, she's supposed to have a job. And I said to her, listen, what I want you to do is every time you get paid, take care of your bills. And once you take care of something going on, take care of the bills.
Right.
Once you take care of the bills, then whatever needs to be done, as far as money wise, like send me a percentage, like send me $200. That way we can put it into this account.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or the money that you want to save, if you feel like
that this is you. Then this is what I want you to do.
No. If you feel like that you're going to spend it, I would rather for you to send it to me. You understand what I'm saying? Because what I was going to do is, once she sent me the money and I put my money together, then what I was going to do is go and establish an account, get her social, and put her name on the account, but make it where we can't touch the money unless both parties are available.
You have to sign off.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I had everything in play. Mm-hmm. And to find out that a person is cheating on you after 4 years, like we were together for 4 years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So to find that out.
Yeah, I remember you left town.
I left,
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was serious.
It was serious because I got a phone call from him. Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm leaving
town,
on the next train.
Yeah.
I won't be back.
Like,
go again.
He was on the midnight train to Tennessee.
We were already talking, and then it got to the point where I had got into a little beef up where I lived at. Right. So I said, to prevent me from killing anybody,
let me dip.
Okay.
And when the situation went down, she was already on the phone. And she said, are you okay? Like, I didn't know who to call, whatever. So I said, how would you feel if I came and spent some time with you for a while? And she said, that's fine. If you want to come on, come on. I got rid of all my shit.
Wow.
Anything that I didn't want to take with me went to the dump.
You was just making a
I
fresh
was giving
start.
away food, every fucking thing.
Okay.
So what happened was that once I got everything straight, then I did a couple of jobs or whatever, and once I did a couple of jobs, I gassed the truck up, set the GPS to her house, and I dipped.
Okay.
And what's supposed to have been 2 months turned out to be a half a year.
Damn. Some real shit.
Turned out to be a half a year.
Yeah, because I remember when he came back, he's so funny. Shorty, I'm back in town. Like he was saying, put the word out, Shorty, I'm back in town.
Nate's back.
Right. So I think I called a couple of my cousins and was like, okay, Nate back in town if you need some work done to your vehicle.
And it was to the point where, you know, I knew what my goal was. We were sitting on the phone till like 11, 12 o'clock just discussing dreams and where we want to be, and you know, and this can happen if we can just stay focused. It's going to be hard, but if we can stay focused.
That's the hard part.
And then to find out that you while I'm not in the States, you cheating on me with 3 guys.
That's a lot.
So why do I need to even continue to push for us to have greatness? And if you're not with me, so with that breakup, you know, I there's no way I could be friends no more. I don't think nobody can. You know what I'm saying? After finding that out. Now, if it was a breakup where, you know, like my last relationship or whatever, you know, I mean, we still friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it was, even though the breakup was bad, but it wasn't bad where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to fucking talk to you no more.
Right.
There are people that go through breakups where they be like, fuck you, don't call me, don't text me, don't come around my house.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And even go to the... See, I don't use the word bitch unless I'm really upset. But there are some that just say, bitch,
leave me alone.
Bitch, you see me on the street, go on the other side.
That's pretty serious.
You know what I'm saying? You see me in the store, if I see you in the store, fuck it, I don't need to get what I need to get out of there that day. I'll turn the fuck around and walk out. Like, they just don't want to be around people. And people don't know that breakups are toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can,
and it goes back to how you broke up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, if it was a mutual breakup, then there's respect there.
Yeah.
Because I respect you, you respect me. We were both honest. It didn't work out. Who knows? Later on down the line, you know, we may get back with each other. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? But if you had a bad breakup, 9 times out of 10, you know, you ain't gonna call that person. You don't even want to be. You don't even want to be friends with that person.
Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, my closest friends are guys. So I'm gonna use this scenario because this has happened a couple of times. They bring their girlfriends around me. I bond with them. Then when they break up, they feel like I should stop communicating with the girlfriend. Now listen, for anybody that knows me, know that if you're gonna bring somebody around me for me to meet, whatever happens between y'all, it's kind of like hard for me to disconnect if I built a friendship. First of all, you brought them around me so that we could connect.
Right.
And now that I've connected to them and the relationship is over, you want to take your ball and go back home. You know what I mean?
I want you to stop playing with them too.
Yeah, and I'm not like that.
I don't think that that's fair when you gotta do that. You know, it's that's just like you're in a relationship, y'all two get a fight. Now you telling all your friends or family. Yeah. So then the next thing you know, they upset.
Right.
With them, don't like them. Mm-hmm. Then when y'all get back with each other,
then you
still got to fight with your family. Look, come on now, talk to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, we only had a little beef, but you ain't got to be acting like that towards her. You put them in that situation. But you started it
when you shared that information. My one buddy this happened twice. You know, he broke up with the women. I'm still friends with them. Because that breakup didn't have a damn thing to do with me. So why should I stop being friends? Because y'all didn't work. So, one of my other friends.
How do you feel about that, though?
I have no feeling about that because I wasn't in the relationship with them. I had a friendship with both parties. And while I may have known him longer, I still developed a friendship with the women. So I don't have anything to do with that, and I don't feel like I should stop being friends because the two of you didn't work. Now I have I don't have my glasses. Shado says, ain't no such thing as guy and girl friends. Well, I'm going to disagree with you on that because I have plenty of male friends that we are really good friends and have been friends for a long time. I mean, a couple of my male friends I've been friends with for 40 years. So I disagree with you. Maybe, you're not able to have friendships with the opposite sex, and that's okay. I appreciate you sharing your opinion, but I disagree. What do you think?
On the friend level?
Yeah.
We had that conversation.
We just had that conversation.
Yeah, I mean... It depends.
I will say that I think some people aren't able to have friendships
we gotta go
with
back
the
to the
opposite
maturity.
sex. It does come down to maturity. If every person you look at from the opposite sex you're looking at as a conquest, then of course you're not going to be able to maintain a friendship. That's the bottom line. But I have quite a few close male friends. We never slept together. I don't even look at them in that way because they are my friends. So
you never had a bad breakup?
I haven't because we sort of... when I'm in a relationship...
You are a unique person.
It's not...
She lying, son.
No,
she lying.
I'm serious. Because I've been good friends with the guys that, I end up getting in a relationship with. And you kind of get to that point where... it's no longer working. Like with my son's dad, I said we was the best of friends, but we couldn't work as a couple. We were so toxic together. And I had a wandering eye. He had a wandering eye. Sometimes it went to the next step. So that shit just wasn't going to work. But we were honest about that. I think after the breakup, I missed him a lot. I missed him because I missed my friendship with him. But we couldn't work under that regime. Trying to think. I've been in probably about 3 relationships. They all ended mutually. Like it just wasn't going to work. And some of it was me because of who I was at the time. I'm fickle. I never even thought that I would ever get married because I bore easily. So the idea that I managed to stay in a marriage for a very long time, even to this day, blows my mind.
He must have been blowing your mind.
I think for me, it was something, I had to be honest. When I first met him, he wasn't what I was used to dating.
Right.
because what I was used to dating wasn't working for me. So I had to switch some things around.
So you purposely did that?
I purposely did that.
And then you end up getting hooked.
I end up, well, the dick was good, okay?
Can you go on record and say that again?
Got shit on me.
Record and say that.
And I think I was in a different place, too. So, but we've had our breakups, you know, and I just, you know, like recently, I think we ended up going in different directions. I want to say one of us was evolving and the other was not. So, and I talked about this before, where I started feeling like I was sinking so deep in a well of depression that I had to get out.
She's depressed.
I had to get
that dick no
Get
more.
that
No,
pickle.
I could get dick. That's nothing.
But you
know,
want
Did you
that
see
pickle.
how she just
She said
boxed
that,
up?
yeah. Shit, I get
I
dick.
Nothing.
hell.
Now you
I'm just saying.
You are something else. You are something else.
It's not being big-headed. It is a statement of fact.
She is a female. You
Yeah,
know they do
yeah.
got the right
We
of
have
choice.
the power.
When she said
You
that
ain't.
fucking
No, I agree.
That
I
ponytail
agree.
rocked
We have
like
the
a
power.
motherfucker.
It did rock because it's probably a little.
Can you imagine if
Like,
men had the
yeah,
power
like,
that they had?
If men had the power that females have, y'all would be dangerous.
Yes, we would.
Y'all would really be dangerous.
What?
If we had the power,
it was so powerful it went over his head.
if we had the power of how the females can pretty much, females can walk up to a dude and get some pickle
and say, we can say, I want to fuck you, and that's all of it. Because how many of y'all are gonna say no? That's a
He lying like a motherfucker. He be like, I'm down. He be like, I'm down.
Exactly.
No, we be wondering if she got a bug or some AIDS or
where
something.
Where you trying to do it at? Where you trying to do it at?
We trying to do this. Trying to do it right now?
But no, I mean, if I had to go back to my breakups, to be honest, because I've only been in 3 relationships, they weren't bad breakups. And I think I learned that I hate to keep going back to him, but I think I learned that from my dad. No matter how many relationships he had during the course of the marriage, after his marriage, they still loved him. They still wanted to be his friend. So I think I learned that from him. His thing was always like, we can't be friends. Why can't we be friends? So, yeah, read some of the comments.
Lewis Melita. She says, I'm cool with all my exes.
And see, there you go. That's a mature woman.
Cool with all my exes. If someone is meant for you, the effort would be there. So
Absolutely.
if they cheat or whatever, then they weren't ready for you. And that is that.
I agree.
Don't always mean they were bad. Alan says, some of my closest friends are females, and that's all it would ever be.
Okay. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah.
And Lewis.
Marshawn Carney. Michonne, I'm sorry. I'm great friends with some exes. The relationship didn't work, but I count 3 of them as best male friends.
Okay.
They respect my current relationship and never cross lines.
Thank you, Michonne.
Yeah. Lewis also says again, I agree, I have a lot of male friends. Alan says, one of my closest friends is an ex, and I talk to her every day.
Yeah.
Lewis says again, honesty and communication is the key for all relationships.
I agree.
So we thank you all for those comments. We appreciate those.
And definitely, if you want to call in to give us your thoughts on breakups, the number is on the screen. For my Instagrammers, the number's not on the screen, but it's 855-493-6499.
And our show is actually brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh my God! They can't see the box. You gotta raise it up, man.
Oh, okay. All right, hold up. So
no, they can see it. They can see it.
They can see it?
Yeah.
I can't see it from here.
Yeah, you blind.
See.
The show is also brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, where we get our munch on every day.
He got his munch on. He still got the crumbs, or he still got some jism juice on his
Don't fucking judge me.
Don't fucking.
Ain't that some shit? Don't fucking judge me.
Don't fucking judge me.
He got some. He got some donut cum juice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Wipe up that cum, brother.
Okay. Good Lord.
I'm a man, Damon.
Yeah. I'm good. And listen, it's still my birthday. Thank you.
That was last week news.
You know what?
It's over.
You know
okay.
what?
Our black people want to celebrate a whole month on our birthday, don't we?
Because I do that too.
I'm like, shit, this is my birthday
I'm at
month.
different locations. Oh, meet me here. I'm celebrating my birthday. Exactly. My brother used to be like, "Are you ever going to get tired?" And the answer is no.
So I'm still celebrating.
Why do our people do that shit?
Because life is a celebration, and so we choose our birthday to have multiple celebrations, and because of the new year.
Yeah,
exactly. So, yeah.
Well,
so,
he can't eat. He can't talk and eat at the same time.
And we don't. And we. There you go again.
Yeah, he.
And we don't get to sit and break bread in the studio often. So
yeah, I will have to give you that.
Good idea.
Good idea. So Nick, have you after a breakup, are you friends with your past lovers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. They pretty much stay cool because I'm a cool dude. I don't be on that dumb.
That
you know what I
messy
mean?
Shit.
And I'm always a dude that I'm that come to dude. You know what I mean? Like, you got a problem? Go to Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Why you
See, he heard the word come and he lost his mind.
That's what it
That's
is.
not true.
That's not true. Don't
Okay,
fucking judge me.
I wasn't even thinking that.
What was you thinking?
I was thinking about they call you when they need help. That's because you still paying them, fucker.
Nah, hell no.
You still paying some of them.
Nah. I'm
stay
just
the fuck away from your house.
I'm a what they call a one jack pony.
How many ex parties you got?
None. but I'm the guy that do everything.
You're the
DJ.
go-to guy.
Yeah, so a lot of times, they might say
that they just need an ear.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you ever DJ'd for pussy?
In the beginning when I first started back DJing, yes. I didn't DJ for pussy. I just DJ and happened to get the pussy.
Okay.
That's different.
Have you ever slept pussy for DJing?
For payment.
When I first started back DJing. I won't do it now. Hell no. Hell to the no.
Yeah, because you shortchange yourself.
Yeah, because the pussy ain't worth it sometimes.
I'm trying to understand how she throw the shade, you throw a joke, and y'all collaborate and clapping hands. I'm trying to understand that one. Never
Let
mind.
me tell you something. I make it so smooth that he doesn't realize until a second later, oh shit, she just came for me.
Yeah.
So she trying to say my DJ fees is less than the pussy. Is that what you saying on record, ma'am?
You gonna cry in the car.
I want to inquire on this
I'm gonna
subject.
plead the fifth on that one.
You gonna cry in the car.
She said I shortchanged myself. Look at this shit.
Oh my God. That's funny.
I'm trying to think though. Yeah.
But what's the harshest thing an ex have said to you in the moment of a breakup? Because I got some.
That's a very good question.
So y'all want me to go first?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, I had an ex say, "Bitch, I hope you get AIDS and die."
I think that's the norm for the 80s.
But you know what? You don't know what's funny? I was fucking her that same night.
See, I'm trying to think what's the
That's
worst
fucked up.
thing.
That's fucked up.
Oh, you know what the worst thing somebody said? It was probably my second breakup.
She be remembering numbers and shit.
I'm a
Yes,
numbers
you
person. He said The shit wasn't all that anyway. I don't want no more of that shit. It was trash. Can I have your drawers?
So he said all that then was
all of that.
He said all that then want a souvenir and shit.
Yeah.
Listen, when she said that, right? I didn't know what she was going to say on the end. So when she said that, I was in mid-swallow. I had to, like that I can't
swallow.
Believe she just said that. So I had to grab some juice, clear my esophagus, because you didn't tell me the motherfucker said all that and still turned around and said, can I get your drawers?
Yeah, he was in his feelings.
Damn.
Yeah, shit happens.
I'm trying. I think at that point, and see, it's different for a guy
men,
like for a man, because not only that, but like she played the weight card, you know.
Yeah, because at that point they hurt, so
fat
they're just gonna
motherfucker.
they're gonna lash
You know what I'm
out at
saying?
you. Yeah.
You got a little ass dick.
Yeah, they always say that.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
that's the always
your dick
one.
ain't all that. Your shit was small.
My
This,
whole
that,
thing
and
is,
the other.
y'all
That's the shit right
I want to
there.
know, why do women say your little ass dick, your dick ain't all that, but then the other night you was just begging me not to go deep,
because they are hurting,
screaming and shit.
And we know that your egos is in your dick. So if we tear your dick down, you gonna start thinking, damn, is my shit small? Is my shit
since
wet?
they broke up, they like,
No,
shit, I'm gonna destroy the
No, I'm
dick.
serious.
Fuck
your
that.
ego in your dick.
It's when you bring on a woman's period a couple of days before the motherfucker's supposed to come on.
That's bullshit. That shit was coming anyway, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm just saying.
Hey, but tell the truth. Tell the truth, Nate. Hold on, I got something. Tell the truth, Nate. When you know you about to break up and that period come on, you happy than a motherfucker, ain't you?
I am.
Cause you like, good, I can get out this motherfucker. She straight.
I am. I am.
So
if that motherfucker is like a dark cherry red, I was like, oh, bless.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So you can break away clean.
No strings attached. That's some real shit, though.
Yeah,
yes.
I guess.
Yes, no strings attached. You know what I'm saying? Shit, my kid is with Captain Morgan right now.
Oh my God,
Captain.
So, is there anyone that you've broken up with that you would
regret?
Yeah, or reconsider?
Ooh. That's one of these questions.
Damn.
I think if I had to answer that, I would say yeah. I think I probably had one person that I wish things had turned out different.
Let me
Nate about to go deep.
He
about to read some comments. He going to the comments.
Because this guy, Alan, comment.
Okay.
I went through that. So Alan says, I had one ex threaten to kill me. And then the next woman I dated, because I broke up with her.
She wanted to kill him?
Yeah. I had a woman that I was dating pull a knife out on me and swore she would kill me. Sure did.
Yeah, one of my cousins was telling me about a story. He said he woke up and the woman was standing over him with a knife. I said, the fuck did you do?
He dicked her down. Good.
That's what I'm saying. But his shit always kind of
in crazy,
yeah, because he like them younger. He's an older guy and he likes them younger.
So he's a sugar daddy.
He's a sugar daddy. Exactly. He hates that title.
He just sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar.
So if you go after the same type, why are you expecting a different result?
Right.
Because you
even though
you don't want to be with him, you love the fucking thrill.
Yeah.
It's something about the thrill.
That's honest.
You know, I mean, I don't like crazy women. I really don't. I mean, but you know, there are some crazy women that I've been with The pussy was Johnny Blaze.
It's funny because men, I hear y'all say that a lot. My son, my son was seeing his daughter's mother, and I remember saying, "Dude, she's crazy." You know what he said? I like crazy at this time.
Wow.
Until crazy went terribly wrong.
I know you was talking. I know
like
you was
it
like.
Anymore.
I know. Jack was like, "Well, don't bring me nothing that bitch do to you then. Whatever she say and do to you, I don't want to fucking hear it. You like crazy? You stay with our ass. Deal with it,
exactly. Until he got tired of crazy. So yeah.
There we go. Have you ever, Nick, been in the situation where the breakup ended, where she did some damage to your car?
Nah, I never had that.
Yeah.
The most I had was somebody.
Obviously had that.
I came close.
I had somebody kick out my little basement window. You know, I used to live down on Wood Street. You know, I went the area.
Oh yeah.
The new houses on Wood Street, the 1000 block. I used to live in. I was one of the first people. Well, my mom was one of the first people to move in them. So we had them little basement windows with the little glass. I had a girl kick that bitch out.
Damn.
But never admitted it. You know what I mean?
The chick from Mississippi almost busted out my shit.
You mean she came to Maryland?
No.
Okay.
No. What happened was
we go.
I told you I was down there for a while, so I wound up working at this job. So the day that I set to leave, I went to go pick up my last paycheck.
Okay.
As I'm coming out the back door, she's parked behind me, and she's in her trunk.
Gotcha.
And I come straight out the door.
She knew you was leaving?
Huh?
Did she know? She had to know you was leaving.
No,
yeah.
she didn't know.
So what, you packed up and then went to get your check?
No. What happened was that after we had our little argument, disagreement, scuffle, or whatever, I had already set in my mind, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. And I didn't tell her I was leaving, because if I did, then she would try to persuade me to stay. And I already knew I wanted to leave.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So while I was at the job, when she came back to the house and didn't see me, went upstairs, saw all my stuff gone.
Then
she put it all together.
She came out hunting. So she just happened to see the truck at the job.
Oh, she was
as I'm coming out,
right?
As I'm coming out the back door, she's in her trunk. I immediately said, "What you in your trunk for? What you trying to bust my shit out?" No, why would you say that? And then she up there shutting the trunk. I'm saying to myself, if I had came out 5 more minutes late,
your shit would have been open air.
Right,
flat,
exactly.
Open air.
You wouldn't be going nowhere. She have his ass handcuffed up in that room like Misery. Trying to leave
funny.
me.
I mean, that wouldn't have been funny, but yeah.
Crack them knees, have him hobble to the bed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, anybody who goes through that, like that's never a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of situations where women are still with the guy because the guy said, "If I can't be with you, ain't nobody gonna be with you."
Yeah, I don't understand that frame of mind. I mean,
that shit crazy.
If you lose that one, there's plenty others out there. So
they
are
don't
you
believe
so
that.
obsessed with this piece of dick or this piece of pussy that you can't see outside of it and you want to take them out?
Yeah.
That's some deep-rooted shit within you.
Right.
You know, that's craziness.
Damn,
you know what? I did have a crazy one. One of my first relationships, before I was driving and all that shit, man. I'm not gonna put a name out there, but yeah.
Why not?
She used to.
We don't do that.
You know how chicks, because I think that domestic violence is always shin on a man beating a woman.
True.
But sometimes that shit can be reversed.
Oh, a lot of times.
And that's the reason why I don't deal with big chicks, because this chick used to like call it love taps. And she had some big ass motherfucking hands, son. Son.
She was
you know how you call it love wrestling.
Knock his whole head off.
You know how you call that shit love wrestling? But that shit wasn't no love wrestling, man. That shit used to.
She was tackling your ass.
Yo, she was hitting me hard as a motherfucker, yo.
Wow.
And she would be like, say something. She was like a bully and shit. Like, yo, she was trained to do this shit, yo. She was with, how they say, she with the shits. She was with the shits.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
Bump that.
But I think you brought up a great point because there are men that are being battered, and for the small percentage that call the police, or, you know, some of them are afraid to because of the cops will come and say, you called the police on her. But there are really some men that are out there getting physically abused. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And because of the stigma, a lot of times they will not call the cops.
Yeah, because they, you know, feel like you be less of a man.
So why are you, exactly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make you less of a man.
Then when we act on that, then the first thing we got to hear is, man, you should have known better. You should have known better.
Yo, I used to duck this chick out, yo. Huh? Like she would come around, I used to be like, man, tell her I ain't home.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Man.
Damn. So you couldn't break up with her. You was.
I had to do the
not
hide
unless he had to play the hot wings.
Okay.
Like
not unless he had to play the hot wings.
See.
You ain't shit. Don't fucking
him.
judge me.
Do these hot wings, stall her for like 10 minutes.
Not on the Big Shirley game.
Yeah. Yeah. See, y'all ain't right. See, that's the shit I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
That's why men out here don't come truthful about when they get abused by a woman.
No, but I agree with you because I knew of a few that went through that, and one called the cops, and the response that he received from the cops was, come on, man, you couldn't settle this?
Fuck no.
Right, so I think that's
if I could, would you be here?
Exactly. Now, you calling the cops to avoid the situation escalating, but a lot of men are ridiculed for calling the cops.
Can you imagine if you can you imagine if you were...
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
God damn, you such a prima donna.
I'm not a prima donna,
shit.
but I'm so used to hear.
I can hear you loud and clear.
That's because you can hear me.
But I'm saying, we can hear you, man.
Yeah,
Stop being a goddamn
I like to
diva.
hear myself in the... See? That's what I like to hear. Thank you. It ain't got nothing... I think Nick fucking with the mic.
I think he is.
Nick fucking with the mic. Nick is fucking with the mic. That's what's going on. No, but I think, and not to I'm not tooting my horn about this, but can you imagine being in a relationship with somebody my size and the police is called? So,
and they bust out laughing because somebody little like me kicking his ass.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying. That was a good example. That was a really good example.
Yeah, that's some real shit.
I mean, but not only that, you know, it depends on, you know, what police officer going to show up. You know what I'm saying? And even if you done gotten your ass kicked, you know, the first thing the police want to do, they want to look at you. Man, you a big dude, 6'5", man. Well, we know you beat, especially if the other person want to play like you did something you know you didn't do anything. Man, next thing you know, you done.
You done.
They putting the cuffs on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You mean the leg irons?
Huh?
You said what?
The leg irons.
Okay.
Ain't no motherfucking regular handcuffs going on here.
Traps. What you call the bad traps? My bad. He started it. I'm just saying.
You a follower, ain't you?
That's some real shit, though.
And I had to go with the moment. You know.
You always go with the moment.
I'm just saying.
Why you don't go with the moment when we tagging them?
She did. She started this shit
You
early.
don't go with the moment when we tagging
Oh,
them?
I definitely tagged her
He
ass.
tags me.
We will see.
I'm just saying, get out your goddamn feelings, man.
No,
This motherfucker, he want to be fair. He want everything to be fair and
like
shit.
I just want to make fair. You that right. You damn right. Fuck that shit. Fucking right.
Oh my God.
Shit. Fucking right.
This is not a unified front.
I see that.
At times, every man for themselves.
I see that shit.
Just saying.
I see that. But no, I mean, let me see.
Alan is chatty.
Alan done been through some shit.
Okay.
Like, he said he had the same ex break his windows in his house to try to get to him.
Dang. That's deep. Alan, what are you doing to these women?
Man, Alan,
he made her ass crazy.
Okay.
Why do people say that? You made her crazy.
Alan, you must be dicking these women down, man.
No, but
to have a woman break the windows of
to
your
get
house
to you,
to try to get to you.
That means she broke the window. That means he got one of them.
She was breaking
the Project Survival type chicks.
Let me say this because you brought up a great question. Why do y'all say? Oh my God.
A physical challenge.
You had a Rambo woman.
He had a Mortal Kombat.
You had an American Ninja.
Okay? A warrior woman.
Right. But you brought up a great point, Nick. You said people always say you drove them crazy.
Yeah.
But I disagree with that statement because I think sometimes we recognize crazy in somebody, but it's something about them that excites us, and we keep going. Even though we know that they crazy as hell.
What's that song go? Every time I try to leave, something keeps bringing me back.
Bringing me back.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I think we recognize it, but it's something about that person that just turns you the fuck on.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, if the pussy good and you having bad communication. But then when y'all do get together and the pussy is just slamming, she's doing everything sexually. You know, some of us guys and some of us girls tend to overlook what we should be looking at, but we get so clouded by the fucking sex.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
I think that happens often. Unfortunately, you know, you see that he ain't worth a damn, but the goddamn dick game. Is the bomb.
Like, yo,
you know, I'm going to give him one more chance. I'm going to give him one more chance, you know, and then it's back to the same thing. But I think that comes back to you. What do you want? Is that all you want in a relationship?
There are those that fight with themselves, knowing they shouldn't be with the person, but it's just something about them. You know, that's like if I say, Nick, you shouldn't be with that crazy ass woman. Yo, this the only chick ever that let me put it in her butt. And then I can go to sleep and it still be in her butt until I wake up. She don't even move. Like, yo, is that the only thing you...
Now that's some crazy shit. I don't know about that shit.
That is some crazy shit, but then that's like... You're lowering your standards if that's all you want.
What type porn he look at? Talking about he was in the butt
that let them fall asleep with their dick in his butt.
Listen, if you got, no, I ain't say mine, motherfucker. You a real funny guy. You a really funny guy.
Hey, spread them cheeks, boy. Let me spread them cheeks, boy.
That's funny.
Nick, he let that fly right on by. God damn.
I wasn't even talking about me. You talking about Nick.
Broke back Nate.
Hell no.
Oh, y'all killing me tonight. I'm telling you.
Hell no.
Y'all killing me.
Hell to the no. I'm a man, Damon.
Yeah. I'm a boy.
Look, with his ass turned up in the air, but don't tell nobody. Okay.
Right.
No, fuck that. I fell for that one time.
You fell for it one
the
time?
Dick in the butt?
You know when that shorty.
What did he just say?
No, you talking about.
What did he just say?
No, she said, no, that's not what the question was. She said, with your butt up in the air, and I said, I fell for that one time with shorty. That said, when I said, do you trust me? Well, when she said that anyway. Now, when a woman asks me that, I say no.
You scared? You
traumatized? I don't trust no woman.
Traumatized?
Nope. If I got my clothes on,
hate it or love it.
If I got my clothes on,
like
fine. I'll trust you while I got my clothes on. But if we land next to each other and you say,
she can't
do
sneak
you trust
you?
me?
Is that what
Nope.
you're saying?
Huh?
She can't sneak you.
Exactly.
Well, hold on, because
Hold up.
since you brought that up.
Hey, Nick, do you love it or not? In the butt.
You couldn't wait to do that
He
remix, could
couldn't.
you?
Oh my God, he couldn't wait to do
Do you
it.
hate it or not?
Oh
In the
my
butt.
God.
You gonna mix that son of a bitch when we leave,
Okay.
man. You gonna be ready to play that son of a bitch.
I'm saying. So,
That's
I
funny.
mean, I don't mean to piggyback on the "Do you trust me" statement, but
Don't.
you did go back.
Did you?
Did
or
I tell you that?
not?
You said
Did
that
you
on
or
air.
did you not go back?
Hey Howard, how you doing?
After she said,
So Howard, I
Do
got a
you trust
question
me?
for you. Can you be friends after a breakup? I gotta get Howard on the show too.
Is that Howard?
Comedian.
Oh, okay.
"Oh,
Okay.
Howard G."
Yeah.
Yeah, he been here before.
Yeah, I gotta get him back on the show. I mean, I gotta get him on the show, rather.
You gotta get him in your back. What?
There you go. Don't be starting no shit. I'm just saying.
You know he's sweet-footed, right?
Are you Howard? Oh, you absolutely right. You're right. It depends what does it depend on? So he said, yeah, he guessed he could be friends. It depends.
No, he be dragging his foot when he walk.
Men can sometimes.
Flatfoot, please.
Women can sometimes, for the most part. No. I think it depends.
doing the
718 experiment. I think it depends on the maturity of the couple, and how, what type of breakup they had.
Can you ask Howard? Oh, Howard can hear us. He's probably watching us.
Howard say he friends with his baby mama.
He better be shit.
That's the one. That's
That's
the main
the
one.
main one you better
friends
be.
with.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the one you want to be friends with.
Goddamn right.
I'm just curious. If,
Make it
if
quick, because I got
if
a
I-
minute
if I
on
was
my
in-
Instagram.
I just want to know from Howard that if he had any bad breakups with any woman when he tried to get with him, did they tell him to kiss their bumper? Just kiss it.
So Howard, after a breakup, do the women tell you to kiss their bumper? I like that. That shit was good. Oh my God. I think. Wait a minute. Y'all done made Howard quiet now. He said, "The hell with y'all."
He sitting there laughing his ass off.
Bumper, okay?
And that's how you end the night, ladies and gentlemen.
He said, "I already did several times."
They're like, "Kiss my butt, you little bitch."
Howard, we gotta get you on the show, so I'm gonna contact you by the end of the
I can imagine this shit. Go ahead, get the fuck out, you little kiss my butt ass nigga.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
I ain't gonna lie though, I love the hell out of those commercials. Just kiss my bumper. Just
Kiss it.
Howard a good dude. He a good
He
dude.
is. He really is.
I'm trying to find out how he end up dancing on the Time Life Slow Jam joint.
What? Oh my God, you right.
You right. Him all hooked up to the woman and shit. Tonight, I celebrate
And I don't think he had right. You know what? But Nick right, because doing that dance, you could tell his feet fucked up. Okay? No.
I know him
You gotta
personally.
watch him walk.
Yeah, that's my man. I know him
You gotta
personally.
watch him walk.
Yeah, we do business together. That's my
Yeah.
man.
Oh, man.
We done shows together, all types of shit.
Yeah,
man.
he hosted a couple of events for me. So he's
Yeah,
a
good
good
dude.
dude. He's
Yeah.
really a good dude.
Funny as shit. Real good
Hell
heart.
yeah.
I was like, damn, that's the Kiss My Bumper dude.
Yeah.
Like, he everywhere.
Yeah, hey, that
He
check.
is everywhere.
Hey, gotta get that check.
Goddamn right.
Shit, I be on that motherfucker dancing too.
Okay, shit.
Motherfucker, I be sweet footed and all.
Right.
That nigga,
check about to
he
clear.
be doing the Baltimore tap on that
Okay.
bitch.
Hey, he be doing the tap.
Because he ain't got to worry about car insurance.
Okay.
He covered.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying?
He covered the bumper.
Yeah,
from the head to the bumper.
The bumper kisser. You know what I'm saying? So shit, you know? I mean, hell. You know?
No
Advertising
bullshit.
with it so long, they probably gave lifetime free cars.
Call in, cuz. My little cousin trying to call in, man. He funny as shit.
Okay.
My little cousin, Junior. You met him, the light-skinned one, Nate, at the party.
The Amazon.
Nah, Junior, the curly with the funny one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he funny as shit, man.
I just sent the number.
Yeah. No, he can't
we
read.
had a good
First name
time.
John, right?
Yeah, you know he can't read.
Yeah, hey, John.
Call the fuck in.
John, as soon as you call in, you gonna get this work.
Damn.
You gonna get this work, John.
That's the shit he said.
We had a good time Friday. The first Fridays.
Oh, man.
So it was good. First Fridays at Terra Cafe.
Yeah, every
Big
first
Nick.
Friday of the month.
Quiet Storm. Quiet
Yeah.
Storm was playing his ass off. What?
Yeah, he was in a good mode.
Oh,
I'm telling you, listen, he does the move every time.
What he
When
do,
he
son?
tap, when he doing the joint, and he start going like this,
Oh yeah,
that's
he's
it.
feeling it.
It's over.
It's
He's
over.
in the zone.
Yeah. But
He's
it's
in
not,
the fucking zone.
But you know what? Desmond gets in his zone too. I don't know if y'all paid attention to Desmond, but he really gets in his zone. He get to jump in the corner. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
See, I didn't see that, but when they did the "Don't worry, be happy,"
Yeah.
you know, Desmond like,
Okay. Right. All right, caller. You're on live with the Intimacy Chronicles. How are you? Who am I speaking with?
All right, y'all gonna get this work. Hey, Bob, you better watch your mouth, baby.
Oh my God, crazy.
Coming, baby.
oh
Man,
shit,
how my good sisters and brothers doing today?
man, what's happening, money?
Man, ain't nothing, man. I was in a little situation, with the guy down there I was hanging with, man. He had some boot cut jean shorts on. I ain't never seen nobody with
Oh
boot
my
cut
God.
jean shorts on. Talking about they slim fit. Yeah, damn lie. They boot cut, motherfucker.
Oh my
The
God.
motherfucker was so wide, they look like a breeze.
I can't.
How y'all feeling, though? Y'all all right? How we living out here now?
We living good, Jay.
living
What's up,
good.
baby? You ever had a bad breakup?
Hey, Mark, don't talk about me now, Mark, because I come on there and get you now.
I'm asking a question. You ever had a bad breakup? Hey, Jay, what's the craziest thing a chick have said to you when you broke up with her?
What's one thing she said to me?
Crazy. The craziest.
Oh, she wanted me to give her that $10 back when she bought me them cigarettes.
Oh, she was petty.
Hey, when your heart broke, everything is petty.
That's true. That is so true.
She wanted you to give her back the cigarettes.
Goddamn right.
Man, she want her $10 back. You heard?
That's true though. We get petty like that. Yeah.
Did you give her back the $10?
When your heart broken.
Hey, guess what? That's why I got her, because when she came back over the next time, and I asked her, I said, do you want something to eat? She said, no, I don't want nothing to eat. So I ordered my food. My food came in. I sat down and started eating my food. She reached her motherfucking hands over there and grabbed a slice of my pizza. So I put her ass out and it was raining. And I gave her $5 to get home, and she lived all the way up Park Heights. I don't know how she got home.
God damn.
Damn, man.
Oh, yeah. She can be petty. I can be petty, too, with her bald head ass.
Did she say your dick was little and all that shit?
Right.
Man, she done. And guess what? She done for it. She don't even reply back to me no more. I done hit on Facebook. I done hit on all the social media. She don't even reply back to me no more. She don't like me no more. But that's okay, though. But guess what? I still got that $10, and guess what? She's still gonna be bald-headed no matter what she did.
Well, we said that, can you you know, can you be friends or whatever, and will a person still like you, or do you like them and all that? That's crazy, man.
But like we said, it depends on the breakup.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it depends on how bad you hurt them.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, it depends on what you did to them, what you said to them.
Well, you must have hurt her bad because she wanted those cigarettes back.
That's okay. Guess what? I was smoking like a motherfucker. Yeah. I was smoking like a motherfucker. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She smoked too, and I ain't see her down on none of them. Goodbye. Have a motherfucking nice day.
God damn.
Hey, what we need to do, we need to get my uncle on that show with that phony ass haircut and that big ass jersey. That's what we need.
Ooh, the Gumby? Not the Gumby. Cause I was like, he rocking the motherfucking Gumby?
Yeah.
When that motherfucker, boy, when I seen that motherfucker, boy, I was done for it. I ain't had no more energy left to see.
Oh my God.
I'm like, Jackie was gone by the time when the crack fest happened.
Y'all had a what fest?
A crack fest.
Oh, okay.
This shit was so
He
hilarious.
knew he was going to get this work.
That shit was going on like 2 hours.
Get out of here.
Straight
He
crack.
know he going to get this work. He got to come better than that. You cannot dress like that around me. He know better than that.
Damn.
Keep going to the flea market to the table to the left. He ain't even paying the quarter to get
Did he say the table to the left?
To the left table.
Oh, damn.
Hey, look, Joe, you got the man had on Jordans, man. You can't talk about.
Yeah, his Jordans wasn't legit.
And guess what? Big fella? They came in a feline box. So you tell me.
Oh my God. Damn.
Oh my God, yo! Oh my God, yo! That. Oh
Yeah.
my God, yo! That's
Hey, guess
foul,
what?
yo.
Hey, guess what? He gonna get this work. He gonna get this work. When I see him at the family union, it's misunderstanding because I know he gonna wear them raggedy ass sandals that he be wearing all the time.
Well, make sure y'all order y'all shirts, goddammit.
Oh yeah. When y'all doing the shirt?
You gotta be in by July 1st.
Doing by July 1st. Okay.
Y'all family reunion is when?
July 27th.
Where?
Out, we going out Eastern State Park, right out past Benji's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, y'all should do the show out there, and, you know, and I get on there and chop it up with y'all, you know.
Well, we don't got Wi-Fi in the park, baby.
It will be chopped
Hey,
up.
Man, I shall be there.
Just get a hot spot out there or something. You know, I got more forward. You know, I
shall be there. That is
we'll work on that.
Yeah.
comedy show.
Yeah.
out there.
You know, I talked to the big butt girl. You know what I mean? She got like 3 teeth missing, but she all right.
Oh my God.
Oh, what a big butt girl, Jay.
I hope you don't hear me on here because you're going to cuss me out every time I walk in the store. But yeah, if I see it, yeah, I'm going to holler at it. I definitely need to get that done for real.
She gonna get that work.
She gonna get.
Yeah, she definitely got to get this work for real, boy. I'm trying to tell you. You got to serve it home on a platter for real. But I tell you one thing. I know Uncle Anthony gonna come in there with that dashiki on, boy. You know he is.
Yeah, he famous for that one.
Man, oh man, that's funny.
He got the whole outfit on: the hat, the shirt, the pants.
All right, Jay, we about to get back to our show. You done changed our whole motherfucking show. Thanks for calling, cuz I get up with you.
Yeah, all right, y'all have a good one. I got
You too. Thanks for calling in.
All right, and one thing for sure is certain, keep your finger out of people's ass. Just think that way.
Say what? Oh my God. So.
He said, "Nate, keep that thing out people's ass."
Now that's what you're gonna be known for, man. That's what you're gonna be known for.
What?
The butt pluggy.
I don't do that. I don't know what that's for. I don't even know why that even coming my way. That's not even me.
That's not you?
I don't participate in that.
Okay. Calm down.
Nah, I want to make sure this shit is on fucking air, man. I don't go for that shit.
He just raised up.
Yeah, I don't go for that butt plugging shit, man. I'm not with all of that. No, I'm not with all of that. Nah, man.
I had a girl that came over my house with her butt plug.
What?
She had the butt plug with the string and the balls in it. Fuck my head the fuck up.
Well, how do you know so much about it?
Cause
she came over my house, man.
With it?
With her shit already in her ass. And I was like, hold up. You been on here about 3 hours. When did you put that shit in your ass?
She came over there with that shit already in.
Eased in.
She came already with that shit in her ass.
Yeah.
She relaxed.
And she was like, pull it.
Yeah.
And I had to pull that shit out of her ass.
But gradually.
Yeah.
Probably about 13 on one string.
No, she had about 9. It's about 9 of them. That shit started with the little ball.
Yeah, and then
So that means she put the big ball in first, right?
You see what you walked in on?
When they say, don't fucking judge me.
Oh, man, yo. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Mr. Richard.
We're almost coming to the end of our show, and look who walks in.
Look who's back, y'all. The quiet
Loud Storm. It ain't quiet no more.
The quiet storm.
Loud Storm.
Let me tell y'all. So he gave a lecture on Saturday at the Enoch Pratt Library.
Oh, wow. That's some big boy shit.
And I was in awe of his presentation because he knows his musical history.
Yeah. Oh, for real?
In awe.
Oh.
Donut,
my brother.
They paid,
now you don't eat from us no more? Motherfucker, you ain't been here in 3 months. You better eat a donut.
All of them chocolate, and y'all just got finished talking about anal shit, so.
Oh, yeah.
That was not chocolate, though.
That's called Mal.
Okay.
You scared of sprinkles? You scared of sprinkles?
So he did the speech at Enoch Pratt.
Pratt.
I'll be fucking that name all up.
Well, I mean,
it was at the Waverly branch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice branch.
And it was for Caribbean Heritage Month.
Oh wow.
So I kind of talked about the history of like steel drums, steel pans, and the history of my dad's band, and some of the pioneers of steel drums. So
okay.
I just got up there and talked, and next thing you know, 2 hours went by.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was like question and answer, and it was a nice little interactive thing.
It was one little pain in the ass person that was there that got on my last fucking nerves.
There's always one.
It's always one. He had about 20 requests.
Yeah, sure.
To play?
Yeah.
I
he was the only one in the room, it seemed. I mean,
he was
acted.
probably testing them,
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I felt like I was on a Stump the Band.
Right, yeah.
But I'm kind of used to it. But what I really liked about it, just experiencing it with my boy, because he was there as well, and it's like I felt like a culture keeper.
Yeah, you're passing like the passing of the torch.
And I kind of talked to him. I was like, "So what did you learn today?" And out of all the things I talked about, history and my dad and all that stuff, because he already knows his grandfather's a cool guy. Mm-hmm. But he was like, well, I learned that you arranged your first song when you were 16 years old.
Okay,
wow.
And
that's pretty cool.
And it was just a mention. I just mentioned it and just kept it moving.
So he really was listening.
Yeah.
He was my AV man.
Oh, okay.
I asked him, I said, you know how to do a PowerPoint? He said, of course. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
right.
Hey,
it's funny
kids are intelligent.
Rich was like,
man.
Dean, I'm gonna need your help. Dean got up like, man, I got this. He didn't say it, but he gave Rich a look like, man, I got this.
Nigga, I got
this.
The kid has confidence. At that age, I'm naturally shy.
Yeah.
He don't have that at all.
You could look at him and tell he's very comfortable in his skin.
He's confident.
Yeah.
It was a good experience. It was cool.
It was one thing that I learned that I thought was interesting. Desmond said that there are more steel drum bands in Sweden. Mm-hmm. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, and I didn't talk about it there, but it's the same thing about it's mixed reactions back home in Trinidad because they see it as people exploiting or robbing our culture, but it's not at all to me because I think it's exposure. When you got
different nationalities,
doing it.
Right.
Know, but the thing about it, the sad thing about it, is with my own people, they don't revere it as much as a Japanese person or a European person. Like when I play, I see, you know how many times a Asian person comes and take pictures of my drums and they really, you get a lot of love. You get a lot of, but then when you play, you know, with my own people,
they don't even pay no attention.
Right.
They don't even, they look at it like, they don't
like, oh, he just beating on the pad.
Right, exactly. They don't understand the history behind it.
And I was telling Jackie the other day, even when I'm like playing with contemporary jazz bands and stuff like that, I feel as though I got to hold my own.
Right.
Because I remember I was playing with this one guy, and he was a lead guitarist, and I started playing and doing my thing, and he was like, "Man, you could really do something with that thing." He ain't expect.
Right. He ain't expect the music to come out of it like it did.
So it's different. It's unconventional, but that's what I kind of deal with it all the time. You know, you never know what you're representing or who's seeing it. And the neat thing about that is everyone always remembers the first time they seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
it's not something you see all the time.
Yeah,
so to experience it for the first time is really nice. Rich was up there looking like, you know, Professor X. You know?
Look, Jackie was in the crowd. She did the Sharon Stone leg cross thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all let me tell y'all something funny. Now, I talk about how afraid I am of spiders, right? In front of me, up, you know, a little ways up from the lady in front of me, was a spider that kept coming down, going back up. So I was kind of distracted because I wanted to see where the hell it was going. I didn't want it to land in all his hair, you know. So I had my eye on it. I was watching Rich give his presentation, but every time I seen that joker come down, I was like, oh, this bastard about to get close. So, yeah, I was kind of distracted by that. But like I said, overall, it was nice. I didn't realize that branch was that big, for one, and it's it's nice inside.
Well, it's been there forever, but they did renovations, and it's so good to see. I mean, because I see it out my way, where they have state-of-the-art libraries, and when I was finished, when I was leaving, I saw some of the people who came there. You know, it's just a little room, and they just sat down and to hear the presentation, right? Patiently.
Wow.
A couple people caught the bus.
Wow.
They were so interested in learning the history, you know, so I was impressed by that.
Sometimes
the middle of that day and on Saturday.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what humbles me a lot.
Sometimes Baltimore can surprise you
sometimes.
Yeah. Because I think we get caught up in the murders and so much other stuff that we forget about the little stuff.
I agree.
You know, to learn who we are. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's why I commend you on that, because we need that. We need more of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I think people need to have their children go to the African drums.
Yep.
All that stuff, man, because it all ties on who you are.
I agree.
You know? Yeah, and it's going to help our children grow to learn how to make right decisions.
Right.
And then cut down some of the murders.
Don't sleep on our libraries.
Yeah.
There's a lot, it's a lot of stuff going on there, man. And it was so cool seeing kids.
The kids were really into it.
Just
But you know what? Back in the day, you would not see no presentation at the Pratt Library. It would just be books in there,
right?
Straight up books and encyclopedias.
Yeah.
So they have evolved.
Yeah, they got to.
Good. Yeah.
Well, I did one last year at the Brooklyn branch, and I did one at the Northwood branch, but it wasn't like a PowerPoint the way it was. It was just more me just talking and interacting.
Right.
But this time, she said she made a request to talk about. She made a request to talk about my dad's contributions.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to actually put some stuff together. And I was working on it, like even up until before I left.
Right. So everything you did was worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's something I probably should have had
done before.
It's something I probably should have had in my back pocket for a while now.
Right.
So now it just forced my hands to actually put something together.
Mm-hmm. So are you thinking about like, say some kids want to learn how to steel drum and stuff like that. Have you thought about starting a non-profit with it or anything like that?
I've done. I wrote some proposals for my pops because he's Yeah, I wrote some proposals for my pops because that's really his thing. Okay. Because he has the time. I was telling he started like 14 school-based bands. Started with Catonsville High School. Now his latest project is the Dover, Delaware Inner City Cultural League.
Wow.
He goes out there every Tuesday.
Wow.
And teaches like some about 7 kids.
Wow.
Music, and he made their drums and stuff. And like he said in his interview, when people can't afford it, because to start a band, it costs you about $8,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and he will find secondhand drums and refurbish them and fix them up and sell them. You know, give them a reasonable price. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because he's really interested in teaching. That's what he's always done.
Yeah. So if he ever want to do it in Baltimore, I do have a place for him that he can do it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Lake Clifton got a steel drum band.
What?
Some of the
see, all this need to be put out there in the public. You know what I mean?
Cherry Hill community has one.
Okay.
That we started. Yeah.
Wow. See, all this need
that's
to
what
be...
I'm saying. I sat around for years just watching him and helping him. He did one 2 years ago with the School of the Arts.
Wow.
And but they got deeper.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
3K to do a 6-month program.
Wow.
And he put a couple people on, you know, to help out. And what he does, he starts these programs, shows them how to do it, and then he lets it
let them take over. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know until I seen your post on Facebook that this band had been around for
years. Yeah, I seen that post. Yeah.
Where William Donald Schaefer declared y'all band as
the official. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, like
I'm telling you, man, I was and it was. The presentation was a great presentation, but I could have did more because we have the keys to Annapolis. We have the keys to Ocean City. We're honorary citizens of Annapolis, honorary citizens of Ocean City from just playing there and spreading the culture. So these are some of the awards that he got in the 70s and 80s. We started Artscape. We started the City Fair. Well, not we started, but we were the inaugural band.
Right.
You know, they did a tour in England in 1979 through the Trinidad and Tobago Embassy.
Wow.
So you talk about Baltimore, and you know the name has Trinidad and Tobago and the word Baltimore in our band. And my father's real particular about that. He said, no matter where we go, we represent Baltimore, good, bad, or ugly. You know.
That's real.
Yeah. It humbles me when I really think about it. But he's the type of person who he would never even talk about it.
It's like he don't need the praise.
He don't need the praise. Bro. Yeah. So many people came to me like he take people off the streets, teach them how to play, and so many. I was down Johns Hopkins, and this guy came up to me and he was like, "Sam, it's me, Pink Panther." I'm like, he's a security guard, right? He's a security guard in the emergency room because my daughter had to go to the emergency room. He said, "Man, your father saved my life."
Wow.
I said, "How's that?" He said, "Man, I was on that stuff, man, and he the one told me to get off that and gave me something to do." You know, it's like, and when he was like, you know, knucklehead teenager, you know, helped them save up money and went to diesel mechanic school. And now that's another story, but this guy, he was a security guy. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like people come to me. He's a father to many. So I don't mind sharing them, but yeah, that's all.
Wow.
I know we ain't come here to talk about this. Man.
Nah,
but
hey, this is what we do.
That's the thing, exactly. And you say you could have had more, but I felt like you offered a lot of information. I mean, because I'm pretty sure a lot of them had no idea of the history. And you were fortunate to grow up around those legends. So I thought it was very informative, and I learned a couple of things.
And the colorful part about it is, initially, like steel drums bands in Trinidad back in the 30s and 40s, 50s and 60s were gangs. Wow. They were like straight up gangs. That's why a lot of the people didn't really take to it or adopt it, because they were the hoodlums, the ones that played literally. And I ain't want to talk about it at this library, but they had machetes underneath the drum. and if you was a captain of the band, you were the baddest guy.
Oh, wow.
So hence my dad was the captain of the band. I mean, literally, he said, like if he was, the way he used to run his practice, like if you playing the wrong note, you keep fucking up, he'll punch you in the face.
Oh, wow. So
and you
if
had
you want to get punched, you better play right.
Like the Bloods and the Crips are still drumming.
That's the best way to describe it, man.
Wow.
And he said one time they were playing at a block party, and next thing you know, they playing, and all you hear is something, bam, right. Somebody took a big brick and threw it in one of their drums. Broke it down, and next thing you know, fighting. Because once you're playing too good, somebody mad at you. Right. So the prime minister had to step in and said, we're going to ban this whole thing, and we're not going to let y'all play in public places until the violence stops.
Wow.
So that's
it's really real.
Okay.
Yeah. That's where that stuff came from. My mom wasn't allowed to date my dad because he was a
steel drummer.
That shit is crazy.
He'll tell you, he'll tell you that she had to sneak in because he was you a pan man. And even today, like, I meet some people. I met this young lady, and she said, my dad always say stay away from pan man.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot I can tell, and it's a long, colorful history. And
somebody need to make a documentary about it. You know?
See, but with most of African history, it's oral. It's verbal. There's not a lot of stuff is written down.
Okay.
So you got different theories. Nobody knows when it was invented. They just kind of know when it came out from the shadows. Sometime after World War II.
Wow. Do you think before you got married, you got a lot of play because you was a pan man, because you was in the band, man?
But you know that's the silence, right?
Oh, man.
Man, let me tell you, I don't care what nobody says. Less than 1% of the world's population can do what I do.
Yeah, how about that?
Or does what I do. So, yeah, I think...
so imagine you being the shy type and Dean being that next generation and being comfortable in his skin. Man. Your phone gonna be ringing off the hook.
then he hit him with the deep voice.
Okay.
It's game over.
Right, exactly.
It's starting to crack now. He's just the boy got swag. I mean, I remember playing.
He does. I have to admit it. He does.
He's not. Yeah. He's my dad's. He's the son that my dad always wanted. I always told my dad, I said, that's the son you always wanted, right? He said, well, yeah.
So you got to be a pan man to get the women now.
So you better learn some shit.
Like, girl, I could take your drawers off in 5 notes.
No, you can't.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Like, what? Boy, you play too much.
And I watched you Friday, and it was like you was playing, and you know, because I'm a musician, so I watched you, and when you did like this, I said, "Oh, he missed either he hit the wrong note, or he missed the note." Yeah. I said, "Damn, I could never." Somebody asked me Friday, either it was your brother or Terrence. Somebody said, I didn't know I didn't know he could play. You know, that more say that your drum created that sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Two things that I try to accomplish when I play. And the best compliment that I could hear, I mean, because there's many people way better than me, and I'm a novice compared to some of the masters, right? But one thing I like to do, or like that's compliment to me, is the song that I play or what I play translates, where you know what the song is. Because you can go up there and jazz it all up. You're like, yeah, I know it sounds good, but what are you playing?
Right.
You know how it translates, and I like it when people say, "I never heard them things been played like that." You know, and Desmond, my partner in crime, he always laugh at me, right? Because he's like, "Man, you are such a perfectionist. You know, if we playing shit or he playing shit, man." And I'm like fuming. He said, "Yeah, look at Ricky. He over there. You could fry an egg on his forehead. He fuming, right? He's laughing." He said, "Because he a perfectionist."
You are, though. You are.
I'm critical of myself. Yeah.
You really
I probably
are.
did play a wrong note. And I'm like,
Yeah,
shit.
well, I saw it. You was, you know, we was just talking about before you came in. So
yeah,
every song that you do, you know, you'll play. But then the minute that you...
Okay.
It's over. It's over. That's when the shit really gonna get real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He like James Brown. He be like, when James Brown do that shit.
Going all deep and curling on. I'm like, man, I'm over there getting jiggy with it.
Yeah, you know. So and then we seen you the video of "Don't Worry, Be Happy." You know, got your man over there.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And it's funny because I looked at that video and I said, damn, that's all Dexter doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, he really, you know,
Remember
like
when
the
the man
song
ad
before.
lib when we had the ad lib?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Can you play this?" And I ain't have it queued up, and he just started giving me a beat, and that's how we was doing that stump the band thing.
Wow.
Because he was like, "Can you play this?" And I was like, "Dang, I don't really have the music backing it." I was like, "Sure, I'm gonna just play it," and he was like. And he gave me
Y'all play well off of one another.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. I like him.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
Do you think that majority of your success of you playing is because of the Guinness?
The stout.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Never drink that fucking beer.
Boy.
Stout means nasty as fuck. Okay?
But your yang gets up.
Huh? What?
You gotta,
Stout means nasty as fuck. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
My tongue put a
kept
gun.
saying that.
Yeah, exactly. My tongue took a knife to his own throat.
I love me some Guinness Stout, man.
Fuck that.
Yeah, Nick was like, my tongue was so offended.
It's an acquired taste. I was like, "You sure you want to scout?"
he was just trying to hang, you know, having fun for his birthday.
He was like, "I want what you got.
Right.
What y'all drinking?"
Until he got it.
Then he went back to
Listen,
the
To
sangria.
the sangria.
This was the Underground Railroad of beer.
They dug that up from the ground.
Okay? Okay? This was the Kunta Kinte of beer.
Yeah, it is.
This
Yeah.
shit
bitter,
was
strong, and
so I couldn't even taste the fucking barley. That's how fucking nasty this shit
Yeah.
was.
Oh my God.
So,
that's
so
hilarious.
unless you are into that, don't get no Guinness with extra stout. You know,
They sprinkled some extras in there.
that's what it said. Extra stout.
Yeah, because I don't think you did you finish it?
I did.
You did finish it?
I
Okay.
did. I said, you know what? He brought it. I'm gonna go ahead
Okay.
and finish it. But my tongue didn't talk to me for the rest of the night. My tongue was like, I don't know what the fuck you liable to do.
it'll be.
Okay.
It's like having sex. It gets better.
That's a goddamn lie.
He said you're not even going to sell him on that. Oh my
That's
God.
a goddamn lie right
That's
there.
funny.
Cause that shit was not better. I took one hit of it. I'm like, like yo, listen, yo,
It's a quiet taste.
No, I mean, no, the motherfucker made me get the ugly face like, oh.
But you ain't want to go out like no chump.
These motherfuckers got 3 and 4 bottles in front of them, huh?
You didn't want to go out like a chump, so you didn't say anything. Yeah.
And then anything that I
slow.
mumbled, but look, Nick, anything that I mumbled, she was all in, huh?
I said, what?
What?
You can't handle it?
Huh? What'd you say? Huh? All keen-eared, so I didn't want to say nothing, and she was like, I heard that. No. So I said, let me just go ahead and finish this shit. Let me go ahead and finish this shit.
They say if you want to give your woman the business, you drink a Guinness and some overproof rum, you good.
It's on.
It's on.
Fuck that. Give me Red Stripe.
Red Stripe.
Oh,
Give me Red Stripe. Fuck it. Damn.
But I appreciate you coming through.
It was nice. Really, I was impressed.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to share.
What you have coming up?
Actually, we're going to be back down Terra Cafe, Tropical Soul. Yeah. Will just called me. He got someone is going to bring us down there. All 3 of us.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it might be a couple. And I was telling him, I was like, man, I said, look at God. Mm-hmm. I said, 6 months, been trying to get down there.
We have, yeah.
I said, and then it was just Nick. All Nick had to do was like, come on down.
Yeah, that's what
happened. And then my keyboard guy, so he's having us down there with some people from the church gig, not the church gig, but the gig that we played a few weeks ago.
Okay, so when will that start?
That was and he has a couple of dates, but next Friday, not this Friday, but the next Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, definitely does know the date.
Saturday. Sorry.
Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
From what to what?
6 to 9.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly.
I had to take a nap.
Yeah, just gotta let us know the date.
Yeah. You ain't doing nothing for Father's Day. Ain't nobody.
Well, I'm going to Big Cork Winery, and I'm doing a gig for a party out there. Some of my friends from high school. And then my dad's blowing up my phone. He's asking me for a gig on Saturday. So
you'll be working Saturday.
Yeah, he asked me for Sunday, but I was already booked. So I'm gonna have to probably get something.
Y'all sound like y'all DJing.
I'm telling you,
it gets busy.
Busy time.
It's crazy busy, man. I mean, it's my stress outlet, man.
Mm-hmm. But that's good.
Yeah. So we got 4th of July parade in Philly.
Okay.
And then the next Friday, my dad at Hard Rock Casino, Atlantic City.
Wow.
That's on a Friday during the day, so I'll be.
I need to be traveling with y'all. Shit, I need to be y'all sound man.
Yeah. Well, shit, for that Friday, you take a bus trip up to Atlantic City.
They're giving us 3 rooms.
Okay.
But since we got gigs the next day, we coming back.
Okay,
damn. I know I hate that, man.
Yeah.
That's how my shit be sometimes.
Okay.
Gotta go out of town, then make it right back to Baltimore. But like, shit,
you don't get to enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I want to stay, you know?
It's like the wine fest. You play at the wine fest and you see a plethora of
people.
Pulchritude.
Right. And I didn't realize y'all schedule was that
tight. That's what I like to say. And then you had to go for another
right
gig
back to this hood.
Exactly.
Bethany Beach somewhere.
And that's like a distance. So I didn't realize y'all schedule was like tight like that.
We play about 5 or 6 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Joe Jackson is your father.
but it's like in different capacities.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
Like, might have the whole band, then you might have a 2-piece, might have one person, you know.
Right.
And that's why it's like our business model is we affordable. That's why we can kind of keep it affordable.
Yeah.
You know, because instead of playing one big show for like $4,000, you know.
What are your base charges?
Depends. But
depends on the hour.
It depends.
But if you having like for instance, if we playing down Artscape, we might play $1,500 for like 45 minutes. But if you're doing that as a backyard party, you ain't paying $1,500. We might give you a gig for like $450 for 3 hours. You see what I'm saying? So it depends.
Yeah. It depends. $450 for 3 hours?
Yeah.
What y'all charge for half hour?
That's the
get out of here, boy.
Chris Rock.
Well, the $450 to get it'll be $450 to get $450 or $500 to get us out there, and then it's additional, maybe $100 each additional hour or something like that. You know, because
so even when you figure it's $450 to get you out there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna coming out there for like $30.
Exactly.
Because I'm putting stuff it depends on. You got to have a base price to get out there to pay for your transportation costs and stuff like that, and your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then after that, while you get me there, like for instance, when we have gigs on the Eastern Shore, we might have one gig, let's say an $800 or $900 gig to get us out there, and then what we'll do while we're on the Eastern Shore, we might double book,
Right.
and say, well, while we're out here for an extra $400,
yeah.
we could come and play at your little marina, and then if you put us up, we could play the next day for half that price.
That's same shit I do.
Okay,
But
you
once
make the
I'm out
most
there-
out of that time that
you
you're
got
there.
to.
Yeah.
Once you're out there, and it's a lot of time management, and it's a lot of schedule, man. And it's a lot of moving parts. For instance, Delaware Afran Festival, we going out there, but then I'm staying in town to play 2 gigs
Okay.
with me and Desmond.
Gotcha.
So that's when I say 5 times there's 3 times in one day,
Yeah.
technically. So
Yeah, I've done
I'm
it.
just asking, what I'm saying? Because,
that's why we kinda
sometimes
keep it
I have
going.
a problem in going to sleep. I was just trying to see how much y'all
Negro
charge to come
vibe.
out there, play until I fall asleep and then roll.
This motherfucker fool.
Listen, and you want them to butter your buns while they there?
Yeah, I never said that. Why did you say that?
Yeah,
I never even said that.
Pull them
I never
beads.
said none of that.
All them bloomers
Bring
down.
it
Beads
down.
out.
Bring it back.
You about to get
down.
that work.
Okay.
You about to get that work.
Pull them beads out, be like,
Okay.
No.
Right.
I mean, I
He wants somebody to come play.
Remember
a
the big
lullaby
ball goes in
all the
first.
way
I
out
don't
to
need the
West
whole band.
Bumfuck.
Right.
You
I
know,
just need-
and
I
he
just-
only
Nate.
want to give you $50.
Hey Nate, remember the
Get
big
outta
ball
here.
goes in first.
I just need the pan man.
Hey Nate, remember the big ball goes in first.
You're a real fucking funny guy.
What do you have coming up, Nate?
Ugh, what do I have coming up? What do I got coming up? Nothing.
Nate?
Well, I always have something coming up. July the 6th, I'll be in D.C. at a new comedy show
Okay.
series.
Wow.
I'll be in Tuskegee, Alabama soon, in a couple weeks.
that's what's up.
So I got to
Alright.
stop in Atlanta first and DJ. Then I'll be DJing in Tuskegee.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
What do you have coming up?
Oh, by the way,
I'll be in
and
New
if
York.
you guys want to take the show over Tuesday, you're welcome to do it. But
Oh, we might
you have to
skip
think
Tuesday.
about that.
Yeah,
Y'all you want to skip Tuesday?
We'll think about that.
So there's no show next Tuesday. This time next week, I will be in Times Square. I'm excited. I have so many different things about that. What I like is the constant communication about what to expect. Today, I had my second coaching interview via Skype. So that was actually pretty cool. And so it's a lot that go into it. And I will actually post a time where I will actually air. But it's a lot to it. And
You got your
I'm just
DVR
so
set.
excited. Get your DVR set.
I pinched her fucking ass.
Yeah, that shit
Friday.
hurt.
I
wanted to slap
She was
his
telling
ass.
me about it. She was like, I still can't believe it. And I pinched her motherfucking
And you
Them
ass.
big
see how
ass
big
fingers
them
he got.
fingers is?
That was more than
I
a
think
pinch.
I had a bump.
He gave you a tattoo.
I
I'm
didn't even
trying to
pinch her
tell
hard.
you.
I didn't even pinch her hard. I only just gave her a
My
little.
skin delicate. Nigga, I was like, nigga, this ain't no foreplay. The fuck?
Really, nigga?
I'm just saying, shit. Yeah, I was like,
just wanted her to
felt
know that this
but
shit
I
is
felt
real.
it all the way home. That's what I'm trying to tell
Get the
you.
fuck out of here,
Yeah,
Jack.
them big ass
You
fingers.
must have felt a mosquito bite.
He don't know his strength.
Okay,
Get the fuck out of
I'm
here.
just saying.
I just wanted her to make sure that shit was real.
I mean, I know it's real, but it's still like kind of. It's amazing to me. That's all I'll say.
Wait until the day before you gotta leave.
I think one of the coolest things is being able to see my name up in lights on the Hard Rock Cafe marquee.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things.
There's a Facebook poll right now. What a hairstyle Jackie gonna wear?
Yeah, and
I hope she don't go with that red shit. No red shit.
I think I might go back to blonde. Blonde is my summer color. So I'm not sure though.
Don't do the red. The red, you want
What's wrong with the red?
too much attention.
I never shy away from that.
Talk to the wrong person.
Exactly. You haven't learned that by now.
He's just a beginner.
So I guess this concludes the Intimacy Chronicles. We will return in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that Terrence wants to join us.
Oh, you do? That's cool.
Yeah, he asked.
Yeah.
That was the first thing he asked. Like, I want to come on the show. I was like,
ready now.
I said, after a year, man, really?
He ready now.
No, he like coming up to the studio. He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He ready now.
Yeah, he is. He's
Yeah,
like,
he want to talk shit.
Right, I can tell.
It's like now that's like everybody.
Everybody,
Yeah.
everybody.
Everybody
But we
wants to
have
come
the
on.
ability to make people feel comfortable when
Well,
they come.
well, you're more
so-
visible right now too.
Yeah, that's true too.
And also,
I don't like to sing shoot no
shout out
shade.
to,
I don't like to shoot no shade.
But it's true, right?
What was her name that was on the show? That's
Adrian?
Adrian. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Adrian got a birthday coming up. Or did it already pass? Adrian just had a birthday.
I don't know. I know her and I are supposed to get together once I come back.
Yeah, Adrian just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Adrian.
What's your
Yeah.
Huh?
what's your-
Girl shit.
You know what?
You can watch. You just can't participate.
That's fine.
Oh my God.
I'll bring the donuts.
Really, you still got them on your lips, so.
Look like Pookie.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm just
They
saying.
got me. They got me.
Good night, folks.
Deuces.